Look what came in the mail. Hey everybody, I wanted to make a video to celebrate my 100th subscriber. So I know it's not much, but I did want to say thank you to everyone that has subscribed. From number 1 to 100, whoever you are, I definitely appreciate your subscriptions and your views, and wanted to say thank you. So, in the way that we would normally say thank you, we would give you some sort of gift. Well, I don't have much in the way to give gifts for. So what I'm going to actually do is take you on a brief game room tour. Now, you guys have seen this room, you've seen me in the various videos panning through the collections. So what I'm basically going to do is show you, not going to spend too much time on this because I know it'll take a long time, but I wanted to just go over some of the things that I have in my collection and show it off. So here we go. About here, right at Tifa here. Hi Tifa. And you will see the PSP games. Not much going on for the PSP. This is just a movie. And these two are actually, these are really cheap if you can find them at GameStop. Cruise GameStop, because these are, I'm telling you, the DVDs alone are going for quite a bit. This is super rare. This is the Darkstalkers cartoon, the Night Warriors. So I definitely recommend checking that out. There's 2 volumes, Alpha and Omega. Make sure that they put them in the box correctly, because that's what happened to me. I went and bought them, and yeah, they switched the volumes, even though they had both of them. And I already had one, so kind of annoying. But just double check before you leave if you do go to GameStop, because they may screw that up. But the Night Warriors, yeah, these are getting rare, more and more rare. And it's going to be very difficult to find them. So I don't have much in the way of PSP, but the games I do have I really like. Yeah. So my Xbox 360 stuff is a little bit of a mess right now, as you can see. You know, I've got some titles here. I've got the Castlevania. I'm a huge Castlevania fan, which you guys probably figured out. So I have most, if not all, the Castlevanias. So I'll kind of point those out as I go along. Nothing really that special. You know, Dead Space 2 and 1, Saints Row, Left 4 Dead. Nothing really like rare for Xbox. I mean, it's still the current, you know, genre or generation. So I'm not really that worried about collecting rare stuff for Xbox at this point. The Wii games. Oh, and here's Arkham City for the 360. So the Wii games as well. Kind of a mess right now. Kind of a hot mess. You'll see the Castlevania Judgment, Donkey Kong, Data Classics. This game is actually, believe it or not, getting a little bit more rare. If you go on the video game pricing, if you type in video game pricing on Google, there's a website that kind of like posts a bunch of information about it. So hunt that one down, because it's gonna go, this is gonna go super rare soon. Kirby, House of the Dead, Sin and Punishment, Xenoblade with the reverse art. I'll pull that out real quick to show you. It's gorgeous. Probably showed this off in the Xenoblade video, but it's always very pretty to look at. And then here's Resident Evil Chronicles, which you are going to see eventually. I've got some editing to do for the rest of the Booze and Bits stuff. Lost in Shadow. This game isn't really that rare, but it is eventually, I think, going to be rare. It is the last game made by Hudson Soft in the US. Before they closed up shop. So that's, I have a feeling that's going to be kind of rare. Metroid Prime Trilogy, I mean, pre-ordered it at launch. Nothing else. This is a game, this Spyborgs. If you haven't played Spyborgs, do yourself a favor and track it down. It's like, it's so dirt cheap now. It's like $5-6. You can find it pretty much anywhere. Kind of like Mad World, how it's like everywhere. Spyborgs is a great game. It takes the style from the Ninja Turtles CG movie, and it kind of like adapts that and combines it with Ninja Warriors for Super Nintendo. So it's really cool. It's a little gimmicky at times, but if you've got a friend to play with, it's a lot of fun. I definitely recommend it. It's definitely an underrated gem that you're gonna find on the Wii. Sonic Colors, you know, nothing really that special. Tatsunoko, that's another one that's gonna go rare soon. Capcom already said that they aren't coming out with any more of that game. They're not releasing it new, so track it down, get it, add it to your collection while you can, because give it like 2 years, 3 years after the Wii dies down, you're gonna have a hell of a time finding that game. So, ignoring the Resident Evil on the top here, we have some boxed Castlevania games. The Castlevania Area of Sorrow. These I had to hunt down. Most of them, I had the games for them, the games itself, the carts, but I had to go buy the boxes separate just because, I don't know, I was stupid when I was younger and I used to throw away boxes. Final Fantasy V Advance, I've had that since launch. I just never got rid of it. Sigma Star Saga I found for like $2 box, so I figured why not. This is a pouch with, wait for it. Sorry. This is just a clear green tinted Game Boy Pocket. It's in really good shape. The only thing that's missing is the little barcode here, but I got it for, you know, like 10 bucks at Game Exchange, so I can't really, you know, complain that much. So we'll throw that right back up there. This Pac-Man tin is empty. It's just there for support. I should probably take that out of there. Wario Land on Virtual Boy. It's the only game I have for Virtual Boy. I used to have Red Alert. I got rid of it. It's a terrible game. What else? For GameCube, I have a lot of GameCube games. There's Alien Hominid here. This is actually pretty good, this Rise of Sin Tzu. It's recommended. It's basically it's like a beat 'em up almost, like a 3D beat 'em up, but it feels retro, it feels old school a bit. Beyond Good and Evil, I mean, most of these games, Eternal Darkness, most of these games aren't really that rare. This is a great game, iNinja. This is an awesome game, and there's so many games for the GameCube that I'm just kind of like, there's so many games that have the potential to be like underrated classics or gems that people hunt down for like years from now, like iNinja, Piano 3. All those games, they're fun, they're just not up to par with whatever was being released at that time. So I got a feeling like those are going to be like your Power Blade 2s, your Little Samsons. I'm telling you, people need to jump on that. So that's it for the GameCube pretty much. I have more. This is a Pac-Man Versus that you see here, the box. I just put it in an actual box for the thing, but this is the pamphlet, the little booklet that it came with when I got it, when it launched. What we have here, I have some burned Dreamcast games up top here, Crazy Taxi 2, Power Stone 2, and Capcom versus SNK 2. You'll see Carrier, Choo Choo Rocket, Cannon Spike, Sword of the Berserk Guts Rage, Power Stone, and Sonic. I mean, I don't really have that much for Dreamcast. I would like to pick up Illbleed, just because I know it's going to go rare now that the Happy Video Game Nerd, Derek, reviewed it. Here's the rest of the GameCube games. Nothing, honestly, really that rare. So I've got Beautiful Joe, still factory sealed. Bought it for like $5. I mean, whatever. Okay, here's the stuff that's getting a little bit more rare here, so I apologize for bad camera work. So we've got Lunar Silver Star Story, which I got a pretty good deal on. This is the full box set with the manual. It's got everything in it. Oh, I forgot about you. Blue Stinger. So we have that for Dreamcast as well. Dead or Alive, Final Fantasy VII with the black label. I try to get always black labels. This is the one that I have that's not a black label, Crash Bandicoot. What else do we got here? Grand Stream Saga, that's, I don't know, it's not worth that much right now. I'll give it a couple years, maybe it will be. What else we got? DDR, Pocket Fighter, Castlevania Chronicles, Team Buddies. I know I've talked about this game in my video about super rare games or games that are really super expensive in your collection. So Team Buddies, good luck tracking that one down. That one goes for about 60 to 80. I bought it for 10 at Game Exchange, so that's always cool. Mega Man Legends 2, Parasite Eve. I just picked up Parasite Eve 2 without a manual, so anybody that's watching that has a manual to free up, I would love to buy it off you. So Xenogears, I mean, you know, just mostly RPGs and platformers. So now we're gonna move to the DS. This is littered with a bunch of random stuff and my 3DS stuff. You'll see Coded Princess there. That has the art book and everything. That one I just recently picked up. All the Castlevania games, Chrono Trigger, little Red Riding Hood Zombie Barbecue, which is a nice little shooter there. Barnyard Blast, that's another one of those like budget titles that I have a feeling is going to be like iNinja, or not iNinja, Ninja 5.0. Give it a couple years. Tetris DS, Super Princess Peach, just some random titles. Nothing really super rare. Tetris I know goes for quite a bit, but that's what it is. Alright, so this is the Genesis stuff. I'm going to have to pull this out a little bit better. These are the Atari games that I have right now. Nothing that great. Miss It is a homebrew game, and I just finished picking up an Atari for the first time, so I've been playing quite a bit of Atari lately, and it's good times. I mean, those are some pretty good games. I watched Metal Jesus Rocks' video on Atari games that are kind of actually pretty decent. So yeah, I was pretty impressed by that list. So I picked up a couple Berserk, Missile Command, stuff I could find for cheap at Game Exchange since their games are like $2. So okay, so on the side here, which you can't see, and this is why I'm trying to say that everything's a mess right now. I've got a couple Master System games, not much, but Double Dragon, Quartet, which the arcade version is awesome, this version not so much, and Wonder Boy. So just a couple quick titles. Oh no! There goes the Atari that I enjoyed. The system here. Whoops! Alright, so I don't really have that much as far as rare stuff goes for the Genesis here. You'll see Alter Beast, Aladdin, Contra Hard Corps. Most of the Genesis titles that I have are not rare. They're just, it is what it is. A couple other games, Midnight Resistance, that's a cool one. I'm surprised that isn't really that high in value. Space Harrier 2 is a lot of fun. Echo Jr., which I was kind of like, alright, I'll give it a shot, and it's not bad. X-Men 2 Clone Wars, Ranger X. Alright, got a couple more here. Power Rangers the movie, America Turken, NHL 94, and Space Invaders 91. Space Invaders 91 is really cool. Toe Jam and Earl is confusing. I mean, I was the Nintendo kid, so I didn't have any Sega systems. The amount of Sega that I played when I was a kid was literally going to other people's houses to play, and going to Toys R Us, so I'd play like Sonic and Knuckles and Vector Man and stuff like that. But I was hardcore Nintendo fanboy, and when I got older, I realized, oh, wait a minute, I can actually play games on Sega systems now, and there's a lot of really great Sega games out there. A couple other games real quick, Vector Man, Wolverine, X-Men, and here's the box games. So I've got Hyperstone Heist, Alien Storm, Lycia Dragoon, Earthworm Jim, Rocket Knight Adventures. I'll go back to El Viento in a second. Rocket Knight Adventures is in amazing shape. I mean, this game looks like it hasn't even been played. Sonic 2 and Wolf Child. El Viento is a really cool game. Problem is that I don't have it. I feel like such an idiot having to tell this story again, but what happened was I was looking for El Viento. I'd played it on emulators, and I was like, this looks like a really cool game. I need to own it in my collection. So I went ahead and found it on eBay. It was kind of pricey, but I bought it. So I buy it, and I get it in the mail a couple days later. I'm like, wow, that was fast shipping. Open the box, or I open the little baguette, whatever you want to call it, that they gave me. And all I have is the box. I'm like, what's going on? So I look at the seller, and I look at the actual the bid that I put in, and I'm looking at it and I'm going, oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I'm like, great. So I bought a box, just a box. That cost me like 13 bucks. So I felt really dumb about that. So I'm looking for the game and the manual, if anybody has it, El Viento. It's a really cool Sega Genesis game. Okay, we're gonna go to the Nintendo next. That's one of my favorites. And what you'll see here, we've got Abaddux, Astynex. A lot of these games you've seen me play through. I've got Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest, I've actually got 2 copies. This copy, I'll show you in a second. It's actually signed by the Angry Video Game Nerd. And it's funny, I was actually gonna make it a little thing where every time I see him, I was going to go ahead and try to have him sign it again, basically. Which, I don't know, he may think that's weird. But I thought it'd be a funny joke, you know? Like, hey, it's the Castlevania 2 guy! I don't know, whatever. So, the rest of the games. Here we have, I don't have Castlevania 1. I stopped buying Castlevania games loose because I wanted to collect full boxes of them and everything, so I don't have Castlevania 1 at all. Eventually I'm going to get it because I would like it signed by the composer Kinuo Yamashita. So hopefully soon, maybe real soon. Let's see what we got here. Fester's Quest. Not really that much here that's really rare here. Cryon Conquest is like a Mega Man ripoff. That's kind of interesting. What else we got? Kung Fu, Mega Man 3, best game ever. Ninja Gaiden 2. Here's Noah's Ark. This is the fabled Noah's Ark that AVGN did reviews on. Picked it up off of online. It's a PAL exclusive. Power Blade, Qbert, Rocketeer. Rockin' Cats, that's a great game. If you haven't played Rockin' Cats, definitely recommend it. And this is Rolling Thunder. This is one of those Tengen games, the one I own. Here's a beat-up copy of Shattered Hand. I used to have it boxed, but I sold it just so I can get other stuff. Star Tropics, you know, not really that much. Here's Werewolf, Iron Sword, Yonoid, A Boy and His Blob. So, and then here's my box games: California Raisins, Simon's Quest, Kabuki Quantum Fighter, Little Nemo, Dream Master, Metroid, and Vice Project Doom. So those are for Nintendo. Oh. Here's a couple other games here. Here's Euphoria, which I showed off. That's a super rare one, and Punch Out. So now we'll move to the Super Nintendo. This is gonna take a while. I got a lot of Super Nintendo games here. Alright. Lost Dimension, Jim Power, great game. This is another one. This is another one that's underrated, in my opinion. Final Fantasy III, Power Rangers, Star Fox, Mario RPG, and the rest are all loose, so there's not really too much that I have here that's super rare. Ninja Warriors, Cybernator, Shaq Fu, what else? T2, Super Ghouls and Ghosts, Castlevania 4, and we got Killer Instinct, Final Fight, Earthworm Jim. It's just these are a pain to get out, so Mega Man, here's Mega Man X3. Can't really see it because of the light. Mega Man X3, X2, and X. And here's got Wild Guns. I actually picked up Wild Guns on a whim. I didn't even watch Happy Video Game Nerd's video. This was way before it. We had YouTube actually. And I picked it up on a whim, and I actually really liked it. So, Earthworm Jim 2 I just recently picked up. So this isn't meant to be a pickups video at all. It's just more a tour of my game room here. So there's a bunch of other games. Honestly, it's nothing really super rare. Zombies Get My Neighbor's Chrono Trigger, which it's a shame it's missing a little part of the label there. Otherwise, it's a fantastically clean copy. So that's it for the Super Nintendo. Boop. Okay. Alright, so now we'll move on to N64, and I'm actually going to pull this back so we can get a better view of this chair. Alright, so I've got Castlevania 64, the Japanese version, which is really cool. Showed that off. Jet Force Gemini, boxed. Conker's Bad Fur Day, boxed. and Star Fox 64 Player's Choice box. So I don't have too much when it comes to N64 games. Nothing really that rare, in all honesty. For the N64, I've got the Gold Zelda and Majora's Mask with the 3D hologram. We're starting to get into the stuff that I've shown you previously. This is for the Sharp X6800. This is probably the most expensive game that I have here in my collection. And I don't even have the damn system. But I'm a Castlevania freak, so I had to pick it up. Batman and Robin, just for the Lost episode. Here's a copy of Final Fight that's in a hard box cover, which this game did not actually come out in a hard box cover. As you can see, when somebody traded it in at the game store that I worked at, yeah, they traded in wrong barcode. So they traded it in. And so I've been wanting to upgrade the box for a while, but haven't found one in great condition. Pitfall, Mortal Kombat, and The Terminator. Great music on that game. What else we got? Alright, we got PS2. Again, this is kind of a mess. Blood Rain 2, Contra Shattered Soldier. I mean, you know, I got some pretty good titles here that you'll see. God of War 1 and 2, Silent Hill 2, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. So, some of this stuff is pretty rare. This is super rare, I know that. This Metal Gear Subsistence or whatever. Rogue Galaxy. So I've got a couple Xbox classics. Stubbs the Zombie, Ninja Gaiden Black, you know, just a couple games for Xbox. So now I'm going to show you the consoles that I have. I'm not going to show you handhelds other than what I've already shown, just because I have a 3DS, I have a PSP, and I have a Game Boy Advance SP, which is right here. So that is for the Game Boy stuff. For systems, got the N64 with the electric green controller. Got a very dusty GameCube down here. I only use it right now for Game Boy games, Game Boy Color games. So, you know, I don't really use it honestly that much. I will be eventually switching to GameCube and Wii U, and then I'm just gonna ditch my Wii, just because I have a Wii. There's like no point. You can transfer all your saves and all your purchases and stuff to the Wii U, so I'll just do that. I got a Super Nintendo here. This is the remodeled version. It's got no discoloration really. It's in good shape. An Xbox with the wooden door on it, which is kind of neat. Here's my top loader and the Dreamcast. Here's the Wii, the Atari I just got, and the PS2. So those are all my consoles. Let me show you some of the Game Boy games that I have. Now the booklet that I have it in, here's the, oh no! Oh God! This is the Parasite Eve 2 game that I picked up recently for like 10 bucks, so good deal on that one. These titles, they're gonna be hard to find, it's hard to see. Drill Dozer, Final Fight 1. Nothing really super rare. Mario, Luigi, Kirby. And I don't have too much in the way of Game Boy Advance, honestly. Here's Konami Crazy Racer, that's really cool. Here's the Castlevania Adventure. Wolverine's Revenge, definitely an underrated game too. If you're looking for a decent X-Men game for the Game Boy Advance, check it out. There's Batman, Castlevania Legends. Sadly, I do not have the box for that one. Here's Shantae, which I know a lot of collectors are after. What's funny about Shantae is I picked it up for like $2 or $3 at GameStop. And I've been holding it all this time. I never got rid of it. I was like, you know, whatever. And now I see it's going for like $300 or like $100 loose. I'm like, what? When did that happen? So, you know, just one of those things. Mario Brothers Deluxe, X-Men, Mario. Here's a cool game, Fortified Zone, which I'd like to review at one point. It's kind of like a top-down Zelda / Contra type game. Kirby. I'm not a big Pokemon fan, but I like, you know, Pikachu. So, Metroid 2, RoboCop. Tetris, Double Dragon, Metal Gear. I know that one's kind of rare. This is the best Castlevania handheld on the Game Boy by far. Avenging Spirit, that's kind of one that, oh, what happened to this label? Yeah, this is one that's kind of semi-rare, sort of, a little bit. And then, you know, Wario, Mario. Yeah, it rhymed. Wario, Mario. So that's it for the games, as far as games. Now I'm going to show you around the room. And here's some figures. This is Michelangelo when they remade the figure here. I've got most of the Castlevania action figure line. This one's super rare, really, really hard to track down. And the rest of them are all in their boxes. I've got Vincent, I've got a box Tifa. And these are paintings by Square Painter. So I hope to add to my collection of Square Painter paintings. He is awesome, check him out. And that's pretty much it. There's one other thing I wanted to show. Oh, here's some other posters. And here's some action figures. This is the loose Tifa that I talked about. This is the Batman figure that came with Arkham. Just a random Wolverine. Some Mortal Kombat plastic figures. Just a stuffed Mario. This was the thing that you got when you use your points. A little Mega Man guy, Proto Man. His blaster's falling off. And the Joyride, or whatever the Joyride Studios Samus figure, and of course the exclusive Samus figure that I've have an unboxing video. This was actually done by the same guy that does the artwork for It Sucks to Be Ouija, which is an awesome webcomic if you want to check it out. Great art. He's a really super nice guy too. Alright. Okay. Sorry for the Cloverfield camera. Turtles poster. This is, my friend Scott gave me this. This is a Castlevania poster for the original 64 game. I've always kept it. I don't know why. It's so, like, old school. Here's the Castlevania Judgment poster that was in Nintendo Power. I thought that was pretty cool. Alright, now we're going to go into the closet, which you guys, I don't think I've ever seen. Boom. Alright, so we've got some game boxes here for systems. PS2, here's the Yoshi's Island, figures, whatever. Tons of CDs, air conditioner. Board games, I got Nintendo Monopoly. I've actually got 2 Nintendo Monopolies. And Xbox. This is the Mortal Kombat exclusive edition, the collector's edition, the Dead or Alive collector's edition, the Batman collector's edition. I've got a spare Nintendo here that I'm eventually going to paint. I've been saying I wanted to paint it for like, I think at least 2 years, and I just haven't gotten around to it. So eventually I'm going to, put a whole new pin connector in, paint it up real nice, so that'll look cool. Some boxes over here, Virtual Boy in the box. It doesn't really work that well. Game Boy Advance SP there, and PSP box. This is a box for an action figure, and that's another box for an action figure. Samus's action figure box, and there's my 3DS box there. So that is, boom, pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed the room tour. I know a couple people asked me about it, that they wanted to see what I had. So there you have it. Wanted to thank once again everybody for subscribing. This is kind of my gift to you, to have you take a look at some of the stuff that I have in my collection. I apologize again if it ran a little long. I've got some other controllers, accessories, and in that box right there, and in here, I've got a Super Advantage in the box. Nothing really that crazy. I'm just been building my collection for years, and it's just nice to be able to show it off once in a while. And that's all I have to say. So, yeah.